We'll start with a little recap of our last session. I mean, what happened with you all? It was a crazy session for basically all of your characters. Uh, you all were at Dinzen University, and you all decided to split into two groups for the session. It was John and Vita were going to go and try and go to the Graydris farm where they make chocolate to see who this Howern guy is. Y'all did not ever recognize that name for obvious reasons. And then Turlon and Felix decided that they were going to go to and try and talk with Alika Graydris, or just at least talk with somebody in the department to see
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
if there's any notes that y'all could get about what Zell was doing with this freaking Titan. So, focusing first on what happened with Vita and John, y'all. It was at the night time, so the bridge was closed, but it's no issue. They were trying to get bribes from y'all, but John just decided to pick up Vita and fly across using just pure strength, which is always crazy. And then you all made it to probably around 9, 10 p.m. Y'all made it to Grader's farm, where upon seeing this little shack, uh, little home, you all knocked on the door. Vita went invisible, but opening the door was an older, probably around 80, 90 years old elf uh, named Howard, who realized, or upon seeing Howard, Vita was rushed with memories that Howard is his oldest brother, and looked over him. And it was kind of odd for Vita because all of the memories are his memories. It's not Zell's memories, it's not flashbacks. He can look back on that time just like anybody would, like any of us could, thinking back to our childhood. You all, after having this kind of altercation almost, not like a bad one, but just trying to figure out what the fuck was happening, Howard especially, you all eventually sat down, had some chocolate tea, and had a nice long conversation, boasting about all the great things that you all had done as the Storm Hunters. And meanwhile, on the back in Dinzin, Turlon and Felix were able to find Alika's office. She's still there, late at night, grading some papers. Looks very much like Vita, or I'll say, looks. That's not true, actually. But uh, I lost my complete train of thought by saying that. So, you all met Alika. She was grading papers, and you all kind of posed as people that were looking for information regarding Zell Gradris, just because another professor was interested in his work, and you all were able to convince her to let you down into the vault to look over Zell Gradris' notes, though she is convinced that Zell Gradris is still alive, because there is no confirmation that he is dead, which of course you know that he's not dead. He's just something very different. You all read through Zell's notes, and you are able to pinpoint and determine that you all know that the location of the Pell settlement is about 100 miles north of you all that Vita or Zell discovered, but roughly 100 miles to the west of that is the approximate location of where he was going to go. But of course, all of his personal notes for all the specifics were with him when he went to go find this Titan, which sucks for you all, but you have a much better understanding of where you should be going physically. And Turlon also discovered, based off of Zell's notes, that Zell kind of became a little bit obsessed with a symbol called the Banishing Eye, which is an eye within a triangle that you all kind of copied down. And upon leaving, in this vault, you had to take off all your magical items, which normally would not be a problem, but unfortunately, one of those magical items was divine protection necklace that was given to you all by the people at the Silby school. And as soon as you all were about to leave the vault and get back on those items, time froze for Turlon and Felix. And appearing before them, the most stunningly beautiful woman they've ever seen. One that, if you continue to stare at her and do not blink, lacerations and hot pink goo begin to envelop her body. But you all had a brief conversation with Vidana, goddess of punishment, the prime first order deity, name of the era, all that jazz. And she seemed to just want to make sure that you all were on the same page, and the way she did that is by clarifying that she understands you all are going and trying to find these Tulkrus crystals, and you all have been messing with that, but from her perspective, she thinks that you all are destroying them and destroying those who use them, which she seems to like, and she says if you all continue to do that, everything's hunky-dory. If you don't, she listed off a very long series of punishments that she would put you in. You all, Felix, expertly did not fully say, yes, we are doing that, but said that we are doing what is best for Sumia, which in her warped mind thinks whatever she is doing is best for Sumia, so it works out. She seemed to like that answer, but she did not like Turlon asking or just simply stating in awe of how a necklace was stopping from her seeing him, which she says, knows if she's telling the truth, that the necklace did not stop her. And as a punishment, she asked Turlon to choose a finger, and Turlon chose their left pinky, which was simply plucked off of Turlon's body with a wave of the hand, vanished, and in the ensuing aftermath, after time is unfrozen, you all quickly put on your necklaces, freaked out Alika quite a bit, but you all were able to get out with the notes, quickly head back to Grader's farm to meet with the rest, and the rest of you all had a quick conversation outside of the house, determining that the gods kind of suck, and you all should continue on the path together. And perhaps, maybe one day, especially Vita thinks so, maybe kill the First Order deities, we'll see. At least Vidana. We will, you all, we're dead tired after this long day. You all decided to take a sleep. I know that Felix, at the end of the last session, you described Felix was going to go out and sleep in nature. And that's kind of how I want to start this session. How do you all go to bed? First, I'll start with you, Turlon. I know that it was an eventful day for you. I mean, you all arrived at Dinsen today, so it's quite a bit. One moment.
I've been trying to get my normal mic to work. It's not. I switched to my webcam mic to say all this, which I think you can tell is shittier.
Is it? Wait. Okay.
It's definitely different.
My normal microphone is working now.
Yippee.
I just need to get the sensitivity right so you don't hear. So you don't hear
everything the cats do.
Yeah, and the keyboard and all that. I think it's good. Okay. Sorry. I missed that last sentence because I was freaking out trying to get the mic working, Steven.
No worries. How did you go to bed last night? Just describing how did you go to bed last night?
Probably with much effort would be my immediate thought. I don't know if I'm going to go do anything necessarily different than I would normally do. I will absolutely journal about it. Put it in the journal, write down. I think I would just write like just like saw a god. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a moment later, scratch out saw the god. And that's like probably all I could muster to write about that situation. Before I probably incessantly for the next hour before falling asleep keep checking on my nub, my finger nub. That's what I do.
It is very odd not having your left pinky. you will need to get used to it over some time. I will say, John, how did you go to bed last night?
Um, I kept sipping chocolate tea
Mhm.
and just kind of kept rubbing my pinky finger a little bit. Just can't imagine losing that.
Mhm.
Took a bath. I asked Vita's brother if I could take a bath. Hope they said yes.
They
Um,
absolutely did.
and
Very
then
hospitable.
went to bed, man. Nothing crazy, nothing really zany.
Oh
Said
yeah.
thank you. I probably slipped Vita's brother a little bit of gold just for having us, but
Mm.
you know,
And I took
He's,
it.
Vita
uh,
probably took it. Yeah.
yeah. How did you go to bed, Vito?
I went to bed. I was at the table talking to my brother, and then I fell asleep at the table.
Mm.
Talking all night, man.
Mm.
Shit we used to get up to.
I fully
The
remember that
hijinks.
time.
Type shit.
Oh yeah. Mostly the things that Zell did when he was younger that
Yeah, not me.
Howard would have to cover for. But you do remember doing them. You all
Yeah.
wake up fully rested, fully healed, all your spells back and everything. I sent you all screenshots in your DM chats of your character sheets if you want to reference them at all. But I can also get anything I do have Foundry. Obviously, you just can't connect to it. And we begin the day. I'll say you all get up, just because it was kind of a later night. Get up around 9 to 10 in the morning. Maybe do some morning routines. And you all are met with a beautiful breakfast prepared by Vita's brother and his wife. Or, yeah, I guess Vita and Zell's brother and his wife. And what would you all like to do with the day? Would you like to do anything else with Howard? Kind of had a lot of conversations with him yesterday, so he'll absolutely bid you adieu if not. But what do you all want to do?
Did we need to talk to anybody else, or did we? I don't remember. I don't think we did.
I don't think we had any dangling threads, no, because we wanted to talk to these guys. I'm just trying to think if there is anyone else in this town we could go talk to. I don't really think so, though. I think
We have to
any
talk to
more time we
Ty.
spend there puts us at risk. Running into Vita's sister, or sorry, daughter again. And that seems like it could be bad for us.
Well, we have to talk to Ty, Vito's Zell's husband. At least that's what Howard
That's right,
said we
because
should
he knows a
do
lot.
because he
Are
knows
you
a lot about where they went for the expedition.
are you still on the whole not wanting to see people, or did seeing Howard make Vita comfortable seeing him?
I think he's fine with it,
Now, do we
but
think Ty will be fine?
oh well, I don't really care if
Do we
Ty's.
want to? Well, we should care insofar as like we don't want to like freak him out by showing him his supposedly dead husband
Well,
for however
given
many
that
years.
my brother, who wouldn't know Ty, encouraged us to go talk to him, it's probably fine.
Plus, Ty's not gonna give like notes about his missing for 70 years husband to anyone that's a stranger. So, kind of
And
have
we
to
don't know
have
where to
Vita.
go anyway. We kind of
Okay,
have
Yeah.
to talk to him.
I
I
just
think
think
all
that
we
we
have
should.
is like a square 100 miles, right, Steven? That's what I got.
Yeah.
It's 20
Which
by
is
20.
not. Yeah.
I feel like maybe even more so than with Howard, we need to make sure to be understanding of the delivery of this news. Like
Howard can
we
come.
shouldn't jump scare. I
Can I
mean, yeah,
ask Howard?
that's not a bad idea. I don't think.
You could.
Does he want to come? I'll ask him.
What, are you seeing him today?
Yep.
Yeah, I already
We
did the
gotta
harvest
go.
the past 2 days ago, so I could do that.
All right. Welcome to the Storm Hunters.
I've never been part of a group before. That's pretty awesome. See, he gets a
Not
little
even like a
smile on
club or
his face.
anything. You just. Oh, okay.
No, I spend most of my time here.
We should look at him very seriously. Are you prepared to fight? Kidding, kidding. We're not going to have a fight.
He looks like a strong dude. Not as strong as John,
He'll
of
probably be
course,
fine.
but he'd know how to run. So do you all want to talk to Ty? What you know about Ty is you know that he is a librarian at a library within Denzin. That's what you gained based off of your census information. Let me make sure. Yeah. The Utumpf Library, which you all would be able to find. Is that something that you want to go do? Do you want to go to the house of where Zell and him used to live, or do you want to go to the library if you're going to talk to Ty?
Are we gonna get back in time for him to still be at work?
Yeah, you're only like an hour away from Dinsen,
Okay,
so
cool.
likely would be able to.
Let's just do this confrontation at the library where everyone can see it.
Yeah. I mean,
That
we
way,
need to know where
that
to
way
go.
he can't freak out because then he'll have to be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get fired.
Let's do it.
We gotta have
Yeah,
the whole
I-
exchange through hush.
I think the house.
whispers.
I think the house is better, but the library is also we're much more likely to find him there than just the
Howard
house he
would
would have
know.
lived in the past.
Well,
How
how
where
long-
is he?
It would suck to just like have to wait another day just waiting for him.
Yeah.
So if we just go there, we can just be like surprise, and then he can't freak out because he has to be quiet because it's a library.
Yeah.
That's an axiomatic rule. You can't break it.
Yep.
They fire you for it.
He's probably at the library. That's what I'd imagine. I mean, he spends a lot of time there, so I can't imagine why he wouldn't be there.
Lead the way, brother.
He gets his.
Go
He
on.
gets a. He said. You see that he gets just a little
Sorry, one
leather.
question: Are we all
Yeah,
gonna?
go for
Are we all gonna? Are we all gonna like? I might be getting too into the details here, but are we all going to like just walk up in a line at this guy? Are we gonna have Howard go be like, "Hey, you gotta hear about this," kind of ease him into it? Or are we just gonna fucking
Yeah, just send
drop
the
in?
brother ahead and tell him to, hey, get ready, some shocking news.
Yeah, like we'll be waiting outside. Then the four of us can
And
go
then-
in. Vita ahead, like maybe. Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then Vita will walk around the corner and be like, "Hey, babe." But
Well,
Yeah.
right now I
Think about
don't
that,
feel
we don't know-
anything towards this guy, so
Have we asked if Ty has moved on?
You have
doesn't
not.
matter.
I mean, I didn't find any. I didn't find any reference to a gray dress that could have been.
Howard,
is-
has this guy moved on?
From you?
Vita's moved on.
From Zell Greatress.
Oh, well, yeah.
I
forgot.
only remember you.
There's a new distinction. Well, hopefully you remember him when you meet him. Otherwise, it's going to be way awkward. But
It's fine.
not that I know of. I mean, I know that there's someone that lives with him, but I don't think they're married. I'm not entirely sure.
Hmm.
It's a
Only,
sad
you know,
life.
Ty's only ever come to visit me. I've never really gone to visit his place.
Okay, well, off we go.
Just point of
Let's get it!
curiosity. So they're Stephen, in Sumia is name taking common in marriages.
It is pretty. I'll say it's pretty common. So it is a little bit. It kind of lines up with what Howard just said, because it seems like Ty has not remarried, but may be with someone.
Well, was my name Greatress or was his name Greatress?
You do not know. You
Well,
just
considering
know
the fact that
your
we
name
found
was
it in the
Greatress.
census records.
Howard?
Yeah.
Which
Your-
I
family
guess
did- which
Howard's
family did
name is
Greatress come from?
Greatress,
Yeah,
so it's
Howard
got to
is
be
Greatress.
my name.
You yes.
So,
Yeah, Ty took Vita's name or Zell's name is what you
all
picked.
right, got it.
Or they could be
Let's
related,
go.
and that would be bad.
I'm gonna go check out a book. That would be bad.
It's a small town.
Is that
People
some
talk.
You're a little
time?
freaky out
Yeah,
here.
a little freaky, that's it. No magic here, but we got a different kind of magic.
We're all related, Vita.
Okay, all right, guys, good stuff.
Why do you
good
think
stuff.
you're
Good
purple? It's a genetic defect.
If you
you
inbreed
all,
enough, you turn purple.
you all begin to make your way down the path. Once again, it is much nicer not at night. Which, in fact, now that I can just change the music, I'll change it to a different jungle sound.
Get these fucking crickets out of here.
I also want to avoid any conversation about why part of my hand is missing. So I'm going to hand and pocket pretty extensively. I'm going to take all opportunities to avoid taking my hand out of one of my many pockets. I assume you all will help me achieve that within the realm of reasonable.
My many pockets.
Personally,
You
I'm
can
looking
switch
up
in
as a
between.
book on sewing fingers.
You all begin making your way down the path back. It's about an hour-long trip. Howard seems to like to just talk about the wildlife around as you are heading down. He seems to be quite the nature guy, and so he'll tell you about various birds, the crickets that you're hearing. He mentions at one point how he once saw this like massive rabbit that was like almost looked bloated, and at one point like it just kept being in the field, so he went out and he hit it with a stick, and then it just popped like a balloon. And ever since then, he's been terrified of rabbits. He kind of just talks a whole bunch of shit the whole time that you all are on the way. But I'll say you get about 50 minutes of your hour-long journey on this road. Carts are passing to and fro. This is kind of a lesser used road, but still used, again, with all the roots still in the ground. And it's a little bit more, covered with the canopy and everything. So it's not exactly, cobblestone or well-maintained. But as some carts are passing, you see maybe about 50 feet ahead, it's kind of winding, turning around. 50 feet ahead, you see the kind of the silhouette of a very familiar looking cart and some people. And you see a person now pulling an empty cart. You see what appear to be the Fangs are walking the opposite direction on your path. You see them about 50 feet ahead. I wouldn't say
These
they necessarily
guys.
see you just yet, but is there anything that you want to do in specific, or just keep acting like you're walking by?
I'm fine.
I got shit to do. I don't got enough fingers to deal with this.
And even if they are going to kill a dragon, I can't do anything about it. Yeah,
Nothing.
whatever. Don't matter.
Nothing to me.
Okay. You all continue to walk, and it seems like they're
Like,
keeping
nod
to them.
politely at them.
Yeah, it seems like they're keeping to themselves, but you see kind of head down
Friendly wave towards. Uh-oh.
the massive man carrying the carts kind of head down, focused on his work, and he glances up and he sees you, John, and he says, "John, it's John," and he points at you. What do you say?
I don't remember this guy's name.
Do
I
you
go,
think,
hey!
do you think John would?
Hey. No, John wouldn't either, because I
Okay.
don't.
Yeah.
This guy's weaker than me. He's not worth remembering.
Oh.
I just go, yeah, hey, man, hey.
He turns around to the rest of the Fangs and he says, "This is the guy I was telling you about. It's John. He beat me in an arm wrestling match." And you see them look at you and they kind of nod at you. And he says, what are you doing out here? I thought you were in Dinzin.
Well, we're going to go train our brains. We're going to the library, which is, it's important to train that.
Yeah, I've heard of a library, yeah.
Yeah, you should go sometime.
Well, I'm too busy killing things, but maybe at some point.
Okay.
It's important to
Alright,
have goals.
Well, what are you guys doing?
You see the leader, the dwarvish leader that you all remember being very kind of expressive. You see he looks very tired. He looks like he's about to speak, but Dar's like, "Oh, we're going to go kill something. It's like some stone thing. I don't know, but it pays good money."
The stone thing? Alright.
How much
That's
money?
great. How much?
How much money? It's 100 gold each.
Nice.
100 gold each? That's like nothing.
Me and my
I
army
found-
of
I
10,000
found-
soldiers.
Yeah, I just think to myself that I found 400 gold on the bottom of a lake, so I'm just kind of like, all right, well,
Have fun with that.
enjoy. and then I'll just kind of keep walking.
He hips it up
And
and
then-
says,
As I'm walking away, I'll face the other way, and I'll do this.
he
And then,
he looks back a little bit as he
Donna.
continues on his way. The fangs are continuing forward, going to kill something stone.
that could be us. In an alternate future, we played the Fangs, and we met the Storm Hunt.
And we killed him.
We kill them.
Kill them.
You all make it to Dinzen, and
They make me so strong.
you easily pass the bridge, get crossed over. You are once again reminded of the rules of no casting of magic within the barbed ring of Dinzen, but you make your way over to the northeastern district of Dinzen, kind of north of the marketplace, kind of south of the hunting temple, and you are able to find the library. You see that it is this wooden library that seems to only be one floor. It seems to be quite small, but you actually see a kind of a group of kids waiting in line, waiting to kind of go in. You see it's kids and their parents, and the parents are kind of talking, and the kids are kind of playing. It seems like they're about to enter, or they're waiting in line for the library. The library does appear to be open, so they're not waiting for it to open, but they're just waiting in line for something. But you see the library there. Do you all enter? Do you all kind of talk before you go in? What's the plan?
Is the line for anything like special at all? Just curious.
You're
Just
not
be
sure what the
encouraged,
line
like,
is for.
Glanced.
Yeah,
Hey,
you kind of
kid,
Alright.
the first kid that's here. What is this?
Oh god.
Kid.
you see this kid, probably looks to be around 4 years old. Kind of looks at you, and just looks up at you. It says, "Oh, reading. We're gonna be reading."
Okay. Howard,
job.
can you
You
go
just
in
get
there? Howard, go in there and get Ty, please.
So, what do you want me to say to him? Just that. I mean, you're here. Do you want me to say that? Do you want him to come out here? Do you want you all to go in there? What are you feeling?
Mm,
I still think we should go in there because he just legally will be obligated not to yell.
I just think you should. I think you should go in, and I kind of turn to Vita because this is a personal thing. So if he wants to interject, I will listen. But I think
Nope.
I think you should just go in there and tell him earnestly and honestly what has happened. I think it's just good for him to hear it from someone besides Vita, so he has a second to process it before he meets his former husband again after 70 years. Once you've told him, just come out and grab us. We'll follow you in.
All right. Well, I can do that. You see, he kind of reaches into a leather pouch, takes out a bar of chocolate, takes a big bite, puts it back, and walks on in.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
brother. Let's go.
Yeah, this guy's a great risk. This guy's a great risk.
This guy's like,
I
This
can
guy
live.
fucking smokes
You gotta start
cocoa.
doing
This guy
that.
smokes
Dylan.
cocoa.
You need to start
Yeah.
doing that.
if he gives me
Chocolate
some, I'll
tea,
do it.
Chocolate snuff, chocolate bars.
oh, I'm sure at many times he offered you plenty of bars of chocolate. So if you wanted to take them, you absolutely would have probably too many.
Pat him to the bag.
All right. You all walk in, and you can kind of just see the door is just open. It's kind of a chilly day, but it's not too cold that you can't just walk around. And I'll say that you look through, and you can kind of just see. It seems to be very candlelit. It seems to be very kind of a dark and cozy vibe. In the library, it doesn't seem like there's bright, torches or whatever. It seems to be very much a kind of a chill, cool vibe within there. After about 2 or 3 minutes, you see Howard again comes out and says, "All right, well, you all can come in, but I'll say he looks very confused. No perception check needed. He looks a little confused, and he says, it seems like, I don't know, it seems like he's expecting you. So he may not
What?
be that shocked. I don't know. It was
I
weird.
turn to you guys. That doesn't sound good.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well,
Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? But I bet his daughter came by and told him.
No.
Oh.
Do you think
I mean,
that maybe
Alika
Wait.
doesn't know.
no, we
She
didn't
didn't
tell
know.
Alika.
Yeah, Alika doesn't.
Alika doesn't
Well, I
know
thought you
either.
told.
No.
Alright, I
No.
thought
I
you
guess-
told her.
we
No, you didn't.
no
You said
no
Vita.
no. Alex
did
went
not.
out of his way to not say who it
I
was.
said Vita.
Yeah.
Should I go invisible for this? What if this is some trap? This is weird.
We don't know what it is. There's only one way to find out. Let's just go in.
Yeah, we're not gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get ganked in a library. I think we should just.
We'll be fine.
I think we should
Alright.
go in with our guards up,
All right.
like be ready.
Mhm.
So you know, not hand on your sword, like hand near your sword.
All right.
You know, I will.
Enough.
I will
I'm gonna
try
let my
to.
guard down. This is a public library. Ain't nothing
Get-
gonna happen here.
Given my experience, just out of
There's no
abundance of
library.
caution,
Mhm.
I will, as we walk in, I will case the surrounding area for any signs of traps or an ambush or anything.
Why the fuck?
Give
Yeah,
me a
alright.
perception check. You never know. There
Yeah.
might be an ambush.
Google,
Could
roll
be some
1d20.
TNT under a pressure plate or a.
Okay, Google. I would have preferred better than a 4, but I guess that'd be my thievery, yeah.
It's a nice library.
Yeah,
you
go
have
for a
there.
thievery.
Okay. That'll be a 21.
21. Yep, that's how it is. Yeah, this place, as you all enter,
It's
Uh,
funny.
Israel? Who is that?
you
God.
enter. Here's the vibe. The vibe is lots, like too many books, like piles of books are in here. It seems to be somewhat organized, but not super organized. And as you all enter, it seems like there's only like 2 other people here. There appears to be one person kind of behind, sitting at a table, kind of behind a stack of books that he has on the table, kind of just looking through them. There's this older woman that's kind of in the back corner, just kind of feet propped up on a table reading a book. And as you all enter and you kind of maneuver around this stack of books that's kind of piled around, you turn the corner and you see before you, kind of standing at a desk of sort, kind of like a front desk, but almost at the side of it, like he's kind of come around. You see a elvish man that appears to be in his 70s, is the best way of putting it in terms of years. An elvish man, kind of has longer black hair. You see he's wearing these deep blue robes, very simple, just cloth robes. And you see he's looking towards you all, and as soon as he... what do you say, John?
I'm just gonna be ready to catch Vita in case he has like another aneurysm.
I was
or
about to
something.
say I'm
Ah.
next to Felix in case I roll low and knock out or die.
You
Husband
all,
aneurysm.
as soon as he locks eyes with Vita, you see his eyes go wide, as you can only imagine that this is Ty. And he says, Zell, I knew you would be back. And
no.
Vita, I need you to make as soon as you set your eyes on him, I need you to make a fortitude
Yeah.
save.
Fortitude.
There's. Please be the
DC.
funnier of the 2 options. Please,
Please be a 1.
The DC
Let's
is
roll.
the DC's 20.
You're back! Dice.
DC is what?
20.
20.
20?
Not that bad.
It's
So what's your
it's
fortitude
low.
bonus?
It's low.
I think.
Shoot a screenshot.
Oh, my fortitude is a plus 16, right,
you're
Steven?
fine. You're fine.
I rolled a 2, so that is 18.
Yes!
That's good.
Not a critical
You,
fail.
I need to roll 12d4 real quick.
He's like, you're fine.
22 damage incoming.
Yeah,
The
you take,
liar.
You take 26 damage,
Wow.
Shit.
which I will do for you.
Mark
in
that.
Foundry. Yeah, Foundry, don't worry.
That's 61.
Mark that, please.
It's a third of your health
Mark that.
gone.
Jesus.
And you, as you take this damage, you are rushed with all of the memories. Excuse me, a series of memories of your time with Ty. I will once again send you a link. I've got to pull
Felix,
this up.
catch me.
John
yes,
and I, we both catch you by
Yeah.
like your arms and like hook under yours.
Yes, you
Hold
do
your-
absolutely notice that. Let me share this one with you real quick.
Use a healing spell.
Can
Hope you do
view,
that.
copy link. Sorry, I should have pulled this up.
Dude, where is it?
There you are.
Dude, where's the link?
Okay, I read it all. I read it all already.
You
Done.
are rushed with memories, and just like with your brother, I need to emphasize something. You are now seeing in front of you. Well, okay, you are passing out. I will say you are going to pass out for a few seconds, and that's why you need to be calm. But that's what happens with a fail. But you pass out because you are rushed with all these memories. You remember the day that you all met. It was in a language class at the University of Dinsen. You asked Ty out, and you think you were very suave with it, but Ty describes you as being very nervous. Ty, is much more interested in historical languages. Would not go out of the house much if it were not for Zell persuading him to go on adventures. You all married only after 600 days of dating, which is about a year and a half.
Damn.
You all got married at your family farm, and you remember when you won your award, Ty took you on a trip to the Spiral in the Yatak Flats, which is a star on the Sumia map that you all can see if you want at some point, because you always wanted to go. But there was a huge crystalline monster that nearly crushed Ty as you began to run away, because the Spiral is a very dangerous place the deeper you go. And you both graduated. You know Ty's full name, which I will not say out loud, but it is a very
I'll
secret.
try to say it.
He tells very few people this. You know this, and you didn't
Wait a
even
minute.
know until after being married for a while. You all adopted Alika, which of course you now are remembering the exact day that you all adopted Alika. You remember you quickly bought a lake house that's a few miles north of Dinsen. And you remember Ty always loved working on the house in his free time. He made the front porch. He liked to garden. He liked to make outdoor paths. He liked furniture. And your last memory with Ty is being in the front yard of that house, saying goodbye to Alika and Ty. You promised them individually that you would be back in 1,000 days, and words that echoed in Zell's mind during their final hug. Ty whispered to you, "I know you'll come back," and throughout his entire time within beyond the Alkasan Barrier, you do remember thinking of Ty. And thinking about how you need to find a way back to fulfill your promise with him. So those are the memories that are rushed back. You can remember all your times that you've been with Ty, all
Catch
of the
me.
moments that you've had, but you do pass out, and
I'm faint.
Felix and John catch you. Felix and John, do you do anything? You see that Ty is approaching. Ty looks, just in this brief moment, looks worried. Obviously, that to him, Zell has passed out. Do you all do anything in
I look
specific?
over at Ty and just go, yeah, he does this. Give him a second.
Try to put him back up on his feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need the biggest heal spell you have. My head hurts.
He
Eat
comes.
this, and I hand him a thing wrapped in like a leaf.
I motion towards his brother and
heal.
go like, can I just kind of do this? And I expect him to give me a chocolate bar.
He's already ready-headed in his hand.
Then I'm like,
He knows what's
after Vita has the thing Vita feeds, I'm gonna go, here, have this.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh shit.
Good idea. Yeah, the
Well-
pill's kind of bitter, so.
Look. Well, I guess he's here in this room. My vision's kind of starry.
Might just need to close your eyes a little bit.
Shit.
You
Is there a
both hear
table we
Ty.
can sit him down at, or
There's plenty of tables around, plenty of reading tables, but Ty looks very concerned and says, "What's wrong? What's happening? What happened to him?"
it's just part of being purple? I don't know.
I think you just gotta rip that band-aid off. I will step forward. I will just say...
No, Tarlon, let Vita talk. Let Vita
Let
be the
Vita
one to
talk.
explain to his husband. what
Wait, you
happened
can
to him.
answer his initial question because I let you give me a couple seconds. I just took
Okay,
a third of my life force has been blasted out of me.
When he sees people from his previous life, the rush of memories kind of knocks it out of him. So
You
Yeah.
see Ty looks
Shit.
confused, but kind of nods his head a little bit and says, "Oh, okay. Is there?"
Oh my
and
God.
he
Can we
kind
sit
of
somewhere?
goes- Yeah.
Yeah.
He gestures to a table nearby to you all, and he quickly gets some water to put down on the table to drink.
wish I had some water in real life.
Damn, bro.
I mean, I can do that right now. Hold on.
Hey, hydrated. Big ups to being hydrated.
I think as few seconds will go by, and the first thing that Vito will do is just once he comes to in a few seconds, he'll just go and give Ty a big old hug.
Well,
Big ol'-
Ty
big ol' hug.
reciprocates the hug and holds you very tightly, and like, even if for just a moment you try and let go for the hug, Ty is still kind of holding on to you because he wants the hug to last longer. And as soon
Now,
as, yeah, what's up?
no, keep going. I'll say it later.
He kind of undoes the hug, right, and now he's looking at you, and you're now a few inches away, face to face from your husband from your perspective, someone you have not
How
seen
the
in
fuck
such a long time.
did you know? You seemed so sure. What do you?
He
How
kind
do
of
you know?
he kind of furrows his eyebrows and says, "Well, in a general sense, I knew that you'd be coming back at some point. You promised it to me, but he starts to kind
No,
of
this is weird.
feel his
You knew.
pockets. He starts to feel his pockets, and he says, "How do you not know that I don't know? You sent me this letter," and he shows you a letter. He kind of hands it
Did
to
I
you
send that letter?
to read.
Well, no, I didn't do this. Right?
Yeah, you don't remember sending a letter.
Letter, right? Okay. I mean, I'll open it.
Okay. You'll unfold it, and I'll send it in the art channel, because why not?
Oh my lord.
The letter
And
I
I
didn't
will
send.
read it out.
What did Sulan do?
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. But let
Why
me.
though? Why?
Opening the art channel and seeing that fucked up frog
Yeah,
thing.
can we
God
please get
damn
this
it.
frog,
Can
buddy?
we,
don't touch him.
Don't touch it.
in
He
memoriam.
fucking died. Yes.
Big damn earthworm.
X. Here is the letter that he hands you, handwritten. It says day 1712.
Oh, hold on.
37th era of
Real quick, when
Obama.
was that?
About
When was that before this?
500 days ago. In this era, it says, "Ty, I can only hope you're still alive. Please know that I am coming home, back to you, back to Alika. I'm currently in the village of Yedabo, in the western part of the Qatar Plains. I woke up with no resources in the middle of the fields here, so it will take some time, but I will be back. There's too much to say with the amount of ink I'm allowed, but I made it. I found it. But I made a grave mistake and was banished. I thought I would be there forever, but I met something that brought me back. It pained me to learn it has been tens of thousands of days since I went. I hope you have moved on, but not enough that you resent me. I must ask you wait just a little longer. I am coming back forever. Yours, Zell." And as you read this, Vita, I'm going to ask you to make a new roll.
Dude.
I'm going to ask you. You now have the untrained lore skill of Zell Gradris. Where if you think
Yeah,
Zell Gradris
alright.
would know something, you have taken enough memories of Zell.
Okay.
remember enough to.
Proficient in
That's
Zell,
really
dude.
funny.
So you are
My
untrained,
own
but if you get
memories.
more memories, you can become more trained. If you think Zell
Got
graders
it.
would know something,
It's like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Link.
but you have a plus
Remember.
13 in your untrained Zell
Alright.
graders skill. So I'd like you to roll for that, please.
That is a 21.
21. Okay. You look at this letter. You do not remember where you were or how you wrote this letter, but you know that you
Ritter.
wrote it.
Okay.
For a fact,
So
it is
it's
your
certainly not a
handwriting.
forgery.
This is not a forgery. This is your handwriting. You know that you wrote it, but you have absolutely no memory of writing it.
Oh man, this is fucked up. Honestly, this is just crazy. So, who are you living with?
He seems
Who's
like
in our house?
taken aback by the question. He says, "Oh, well, just someone that I've met in the library. I'd love for you to meet him.
You've met.
It's not. It's look. And he holds up his hand, and you see that he's got a wedding band. You promised me.
Alright.
You see, he kind of his face turns a little serious for a moment. He says, "You," and I'll say you do remember what he's about to bring up, but he says, "You promised me that if you were to ever die on one of your trips, that you would not want me to hold back, and you'd want me to move on. But
So
Zell,
you've moved on.
Zell, you, I didn't know you were dead. I didn't have the luxury of knowing, and so I have not remarried. It's someone who is in a not the same but similar situation, who is quite lonely. It's a big house to be lonely,
Oh.
especially once Alika moved out. Have you?" And his eyes go wide. "Have you told Alika?"
Look, my baseline impulses here are to be irritated with you, but for some reason, I don't know if it's my brother's chocolate or what, but I don't know. I can't be mad. I guess I did say that. Man, this is weird. No, they kind of fucked up all this shit with Alika. We're just gonna leave her alone.
He kind of furrows his
Yeah, too.
eyebrows, and he says,
Fucking
I
dick.
what, has something happened to Alika? I don't know why we can't
No,
just walk over
no,
and
it's
tell her."
she's
fine.
fine.
Daughter's fine. Something very frightening happened, and I
To
had
them,
to.
not her.
Yeah, no, she was fine the entire time. Make no mistake. I had to express to her the gravity of the situation, and I think that frightened her. So sorry about that.
Oh man, this is weird. This is fucking weird. It's like I wanna open up and reminisce, but then part of me is is guarding that, and I'm just saying these mean things and lashing out. But now I'm conscious that I'm doing these things. This is such a strange.
Well,
Oh
well,
God, what is happening?
I, you see, you've now stood up and and he kind of gestures to sit down as he goes to sit down. He says, "There is far too much information happening. Uh, but why can we not go speak to Alika? Something dangerous happened? Why?"
It's just it's above your pay grade. It's above your pay grade.
He kind of furrows his
You
eyebrows
don't
at
want to
you.
know.
What does that mean? I do want to know, Zell.
Well, I wasn't there, so I can't say.
I turn to Felix, raise my eyebrows, and I'll turn back to you, Vita, and I will say to you,
Mhm.
Alika does not know that we know you. You can go back to her just fine. The only risk would be
Yeah.
if Felix and I were to be there.
Don't tell her your current name.
Okay.
Kind of looks at you. You have a new
See?
name?
It's a
Yeah, my
long
name
story.
is Vita. Reading this letter, I'm realizing that something really fucked up must have happened a lot more recently than I realized.
So what do you mean how could I have known? You sent me this letter. You sent it to the library.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I had no memories at all. So that's why, hence the new name, which is sticking, and new personal shortcomings, because this version of me has been around for a few months now and has only seen conflict and just that's pretty much it the whole time. So now that I'm
New
kind of remembering these other things, I'm realizing this is kind of off-putting. I don't know how I'm even still alive at this point, but
so
either
you
way, I thought it was because I got banished that I lost all my memories, but this letter is making me realize that I had the memories the whole time. I actually came back with my memories still and sent this letter, and then I lost my memories somewhat recently, which means it was here on Sumia, which is way worse.
he says, "Do you this is so you don't remember. What do you not remember? What memories did you lose?
Every memory, all memories.
A few months
These
ago you
these
lost
these
all of your
three and
memories."
these three and a blue wizard have shaped my new personality.
He kind of
I was a blank slate, and then I found them, and that's it. Yeah.
he kind of looks to you all and he says, "I'm I'm sorry for being rude. I'm Ty," and he goes to shake each of your hands.
I introduced I'm John. I'm John.
I'm Felix.
Vita's. We call him Vita. He's very nice.
What he wants to be.
I'm not very nice. I'm not. It's so weird. It's so weird.
John does the biggest fucking double take when you say that, dude.
Why do you let
Just
me
like
get away with these things? It's
Because
someone could have
because if
arrested
we
your
us.
husband has been truthfully a dick since I've known him, but
yeah, okay. If we're gonna be honest, Ty,
but
it's like
there's
holding
not
back
much we
a
can really
feral
do
dog.
about it.
The reason that we
Right.
let you do this is because, Vita, you bitch and complain real bad unless we like placate you in some way. So we
Anyway,
just kind of keep you at
Maybe it's
acceptable
justified then.
levels. Okay, I don't know about that.
Either way,
We just keep you at acceptable levels of being a dickhead.
yeah, I forgot everything, and then when I see something from my past life, like you or Mr. Howard, Chocolatier, it comes back in a brutal blast in my head, and then I have to eat shit and heal up. But you know,
So you came back here not because of this letter. You lost your memories before that. And you now see
oh
me
yeah,
and now you remember me, but you didn't remember me before, so why did you come see me?
oh yeah. We're actually trying to go back to where I went disappeared before.
You see.
Now I'm remembering how it kind of played out. This seems like a kind of stupid idea, but it really has made sense up until this point, until this conversation.
He kind of shakes his head a little bit as he kind of looks at you and he says, "And say that's one thing that hasn't changed about you, Zell. Vita. If you really did go and you don't remember going, I can only imagine why you would want to go again." Just, he kind of
Why?
looks at the letter. Just
Why did I want to go?
don't get
Did I
banished
tell you
again.
anything?
He kind of leans back and he says, "Looking back at all my notes, I can't remember the specifics of why you were so obsessed with it, but that's all I wrote about it. It was you would stay up late some nights trying to decipher where this buried titan was, and I was slightly concerned about it, but I mean, it would you were right when whenever I brought it up with you that yes, if you were to discover some massive being, something that is only ever been used in, the war that ended the Dark Era, then yes, that would be absolutely massive information, but it always seemed like you were too obsessed with it. I don't I don't know if that's happening to you now, if it's still happening to you. Do you feel like that?
No. In fact, we almost didn't come here. I think we just kind of did because it was somewhat closer. But yeah, nothing strange going on there. Come to think of it, which one of you three has that coin? Remember that coin we have where you flip it? Who has
I
that?
do.
I think
I do.
Terwan has it, yeah.
Can you get that out? Now I'm remembering something. Can you, Ty? Can you write? Can you read any of this on it?
I flip it over to the side with the allocation.
He kind of really reads along the
I
edge of
don't
it.
give it to him, but I hold it in front
Yeah,
of him.
it's along the rim of it, and he kind of takes a look at it. He uh, says, wow, yes, I mean, it's the language of Alcation. I know it's what people spoke. It was basically common before the eras. Gods had created everything. There was still some people who spoke it, but it seems to be common as the most dominant language, the most common language. No pun intended. Uh, where did you get this?
I
Someone
forget.
gave it to us, right?
I don't
Was
think
it
my
called
In
James.
a
real life,
Shaman
I'm forgetting.
guy?
James. Damn it.
James gave it to
Oh, that
Alden.
fucking fox. Kitsune. This is interesting. So so you know that language? You can read it? That's not
Well,
weird to you that we have something like that? Do you
oh,
have
I
other things?
I cannot read it. That's not.
Oh,
There's
you can't
only
read it.
very
Okay.
few
You
texts that
recognize it.
are, but it is a very ancient language to be etched on the side of a coin.
Huh.
Unless maybe that was a
Do you
currency
know
back in
anything
the day or
about the
something.
researchers into that language?
Well, in here it would be. When I was back at the department, there is a whole sector of people that focus on ancient languages. That's what I got my major in at the Dinsen University, so you could go and speak to them if you wanted to speak specifically about Alcation, but it was not much known then, back when I graduated, so I can only imagine it's not much known now, but, any questions that you may have about it, I may be able to answer, I'm not sure.
And you've always been interested in this ever since I've known you, right? In a little bit of a weird way. Obsessive.
He kind of looks at you in a very strange way that you're bringing up memories that you now have, but he's like, yes, yeah, I do like languages. That is something true.
Uh-huh.
That's
And your
why I'm here.
name, your real name, where does that come from?
Kind of
Don't
squints
say
his
it.
eye, and he kind of squints his eyes at you, and he kind of like glances at the others, and he's like, I wish not to speak about it, as you should know.
Come on.
Kind of,
I'm
he does
really
not
going to
say
tell them
anything
when
to
we
you.
leave the building. Anyway.
You see, he looks hurt at that. No perception check needed. He kind of glances away.
Vita.
What? Okay, well, maybe I guess I fucked up there, but, you know. It's a valid point. I return the other three. He's got a strange name. It could be connected.
Vita, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really
I'm
see
gonna leave
why
that to
this
his
is
discretion to tell
topical.
us.
Fuck.
Mime a disinterested shrug at you.
No one's on my side. Howard.
Howard's just kind of sitting on a chair eating some chocolate. He says, "What?"
Fuck.
He's not been paying attention.
Okay. Well, let's just pretend that didn't happen.
So,
Anyway.
why did you come and see me?
Oh, because you would know the most about where I went, because we have to go back there.
Kind of sighs to himself, and he says, "There are some personal notes that I kept at our house that you can take a look at if you would like. All I know is it's to the northwest of here, and based off of your research and based off of previous expeditions trying to go and look for it, you did say that it was likely within a large overgrown crater.
Large overgrown crater. Okay. And yeah, see, I think we'll take those notes, and you're not worried, right? I mean, what are the odds that I get banished twice from the same thing? Probably 0 or 1.
You see, he kind of is just like looking off into the distance for like a second or two, and then he looks at you, Vita, and he says, "You know, I wrestled with the fact for a long time about whether you had died down there or if you really had made it all the way to the Titan and somehow gotten banished. And when you sent your letter that you don't remember seeing, well, it got my hopes up. If you would come back and you would want to
Yeah, I'm sorry about
stay
that.
here.
That kind of
But
sucks.
I will say, and it kind of is, he's not like really looking at you, kind of glances over, but he keeps like looking off to the side as he's saying all of this, and he says, you know, I had come to peace with the fact that maybe you were gone, and when I got my letter, of course I was ecstatic, but I also worried knowing about how some people who come back banished want to be a completely different person, that there may be a scenario where even though he kind of looks at you now, even though you're alive, you're not the Zell that I knew. Not the Zell that I
Nope.
married. You're someone else. So
Unfortunately, not. Maybe we can work through this though. You know, the more time I spent with Howard, I just love the guy. You know, at first I kind of thought he was strange and big, and I still don't really love his wife, but now he's just my bro, man. He loves chocolate. He's chill. I feel like we can talk about some stuff, and you know, I'm putting up a strange front because I'm really uncomfortable that I really remember who you are now, but we'll get past that. And then yeah, we'll just leave, and then you'll know that we're good.
he kind of glances to all of you all, and he says, well, I have to read to some kids in about 10 minutes. So after that, in about an hour or so, we can head back to the house and you can see some notes if you want. He seems a little dejected, I'll say, in his
You know,
tone.
I can read to the kids while, you know, if you wanna, unless they're really expecting you.
He kind of looks to you and you see he cocks an eyebrow and he says, have you ever read kids before? Read to kids
Well,
before?
I haven't read kids, but
I misspoke.
I
A
can
lot's
read,
happening.
and I can read, and I think I can do all right with it. You know, if I just give you some more time
Give me a
with each other,
persuasion
just to
check.
kind of see how you're doing.
Or a diplomacy check, I'm sorry.
Diplomacy.
I'm gonna try to assist by just mumbling something about him being a good reader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This guy could fucking
I'm imagining
read.
John just reading through a children's book, and he's like, "You guys like this stuff? What the hell?" Anyway,
I got
Despicable Me.
Green eggs.
I got a 34 on the aid check,
Diplomacy
so I think that's a
plus
crit
10.
success.
Yep, that's a plus 40 to roll.
Okay, I rolled a
Uh,
2.
Okay.
You get a
You
plus
get
four.
plus
Keep that in
4?
mind.
Not a natural one.
Whopping
Okay,
6.
so
These are all good
16.
things. 16.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He says, he kind of looks back and he says, well, Rolla isn't here today, so I guess she wouldn't complain if someone else read. And he kind of glances over and he points to a pile of books that are kind of in the corner and he says, just pick any one of those. There's this one kid. There's one kid, Pocken. He really likes the train book, or not the train book.
What? What?
The what book?
Boat book. I had to think of something. Trains are not suitable. The boat book. He really
Not
likes
yet.
boats. Yeah, exactly. Give it a few,
Okay.
few more sections.
I look. I
Book.
when I for future reference, I'm gonna mishear that and think he says the bone book, and I'm gonna find
no.
he probably means like
Oh,
anatomy
no.
or something. So I'm gonna pick up a book about anatomy.
It's gonna be a fun time.
As we're prepping for this, I'm just gonna walk up to Vita and say, "Do you want this time while John's reading? Do you want the time to yourself, or would you like us to be with you?"
Can we actually step out without we have to go over something, Ty, about our mission.
Oh,
So
like, are
wait
you
in this room.
just clarifying as a DM? You want to talk to Felix and Turlon and John?
Yeah.
And
Have
he
Ty
says,
stay for a second.
he says,
Howard
sure.
can do
Yeah.
whatever the fuck he wants.
You,
How's it going, man?
sure,
Dude,
I'll pack up my
this is
things.
terrible. This is terrible. This feels so strange. What you have to give me out of this situation?
How do
Just
you?
say I got sick or something.
We can't do that.
I'm gonna bail.
Why?
You can't do that.
This feels so fucking awful and weird.
Weird how?
It's like this guy that I have not known who he is this whole time, and then now it's like, well, I love him, but then I kind of haven't seen him in like 50 years, but then I also kind of just did. And I also don't know who he is. And it's like everything I'm saying, he's getting annoyed at, which I'm more cognizant of now for some reason. I feel like Howard was just way easier of a situation. He just fucking ate
Yeah.
chocolate and he didn't give a fuck what we said. He just said, every time we said anything.
Well, yeah, no, I mean,
I've
that is
never
fucked.
I've never been in a relationship before. I just don't think it's for me. But uh, you know, I've been around people that are in them, and
Sigma
just
John.
frankly, imagine if who I mean, besides us, who have you met that you've liked in your time being Vita?
I haven't liked a single person.
Okay, well, okay.
Except there was
Well,
Grobby.
You liked
okay. Well,
Grobby?
Grobby was not bad.
Of all the people.
All right.
okay. Well, could you imagine? I don't know who this Grobby person is. Could you imagine
Honestly,
if
Alden was
Grobby?
pretty cool.
No, it wasn't.
I just don't think that's true. But anyway, imagine if your pet friend Grobby came back and then was a completely different person, didn't remember you, and was acting really weird, but then still said they really liked you. So that'd
Yeah,
be weird, huh?
it is weird. It's why I want to leave.
Look,
Well, I don't think you can.
it would hurt him more if you just bailed on him. So like it's gonna suck,
Okay.
I think. But I don't know how
All right.
I don't know what the deal is with your memories. The letter that you wrote that's freaking me out.
That's
Yeah,
a future
that's
thing.
We'll
Yeah.
have to
really
talk about
upset
that
me.
later.
Steven,
So
how many real quick? How many days like before our campaign roughly was that? Was it like
Like a year.
a year?
Yeah, a little
Before?
over a year, like a year and a half.
That's so alarming.
yeah. Look, I think this if I had to guess, is something that you just kind of have to let it all settle
Oh God.
in your mind. Like you just got back like days and days and days worth of memories about the man you're in love with. So that's gonna
Everything
be
I'm
hard to do.
saying. It's just his look. Okay, his name is
Don't tell
Tylo
us his name.
Reindeer. I said it. Sorry.
This Ty who?
All right. Well, I'm
Tylo
gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Tylo
We'll pretend I didn't hear
Reindeer.
it.
But every strange word or thing we've heard thus far usually is something important or relevant, and he recognized the A language, and then I'm like, okay, well maybe he's like James, and then I say it, and then he just gets pissed at me.
Like you just say the name and he gets pissed at you, or
Well,
the
I said
language?
that he had a weird name, and I was going to tell you guys, and he got pissed at
He
me. You
wasn't
could
mad
tell.
at you because you said he had a weird name.
Oh,
He was
why is
mad
he mad?
because you implied you would say it what it was to us, which you just did, even though he
Yeah,
said he
that's
didn't want you to do
Fuck.
it.
Fuck.
it's like a
See?
trust. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is a great chance. All right, so Vita. That when people care about each other like that, there's like a level of trust, and I don't know why Ty doesn't like his full name, but it seemed to me to bother him quite a bit. So I guess he trusted Zell to not embarrass him about that because I guess he's sensitive um, about it, which is the thing that can happen to people. I'm not sure if you knew that. Genuinely not trying to be rude.
No, I get it. Yeah,
Right.
it's just hard to parse what is important, what is not. I mean, okay, whatever. I'll write it out. Let's just get this info, but
If,
just
if it helps, just
help me
focus
out.
on what we have to do. Focus on like what
Okay.
task we have set for ourselves.
I'm mission oriented.
We have to get your notes, and we got to get supplies to get started on our trek over
Because what if I
to
see
the
this
dig site.
guy that he's living with, and then the more Vita side of me says something very uncouth?
Well, you're in control of it now. You're
Maybe
aware of
talk
it, so
less.
maybe just work on
If
self-control.
this is
The fuck?
Vita, how about this? If you are unsure, well, no, that won't work. Just try to talk as little as possible to Ty's boyfriend.
I'll
Just
figure it
try to
out.
talk as little as possible.
I'll figure it out.
Do you really think he was a boyfriend? I thought he was implying he was a housemate.
All right, well, could be anything.
Hmm.
They, look,
We call them
titles are
flatmates where I come from.
a lot of relationships. Titles are stupid.
Whoa,
Whatever.
John. Whoa.
I don't know. And like
That's
I
fair.
did tell him that I was fine with it, but that whatever. Okay.
We can work.
So
That's a problem
it's
for
been
future
Vita.
you.
It's been like not even a
yeah, but
couple
I
of
just
minutes.
remembered this guy. So for me, it's like okay. All right, yeah, let's go. Let's go back in. I'm good now.
This is a problem
It's only
for
been
I
a
just
future
couple
needed
you.
of
some
minutes.
air.
Don't
We
worry.
gotta act with it. We
I
gotta
just
get.
needed some air.
We're still getting used to stuff.
Do you want us to go with you, or do you want us to stay with John while he reads?
We are absolutely
No,
not letting
no.
him go to his
Definitely
home
stay
alone.
with me.
He's gonna bleed out and die.
In fact,
on his
John should
nose.
find a kid to substitute for the reading and also come.
We could just wait. I mean, actually, okay, we can just let Ty do the
I mean,
reading, and we
yeah,
can use the
maybe.
chance to like buy supplies. I mean, I think this is a pretty good time. I don't think it's gonna take us more than an hour to get all the stuff we need.
Yeah, you're right. It was only an hour.
I got this. I'll make it quick.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right. You reading, John, or no?
I'm reading, brother.
Then give me a performance check. That's a thing you can do, right? Just making sure. Yep, performance.
be-
Not
Performance check
switching.
for reading and anatomy.
Yep.
That's gonna be. This could go either direction. It's really
I
funny.
pick up a book that. Okay, I rolled a 15, so that's a 25.
They're gonna learn something today.
Oh, hell yeah.
I pulled up one of two things. You can just choose which one because depending on what's funnier. I pick up a book that goes like it's like The Spectre of the East, and I like to imagine that it's one of the most haunting horror stories you could ever possibly imagine. Or I really did mishear Kai, and I picked up a book about bones and bone structure, and I read like a full out like anatomy book, whatever that would even look like in a medieval society like Sumia.
Mm-hmm. I'll say with your performance check, as you can tell that the kids are like, not that they're not into it, but they're like, oh, this isn't like the guy I like. You know, they're like, oh, here's this new person, and they're like a knight. And so at first, for whichever book you're reading, first you're reading, and then they just interrupt you, and they're like, so why are you a knight? Why do you have that helmet on?
It's to protect my head. Also, I'm reading. Could you? Sorry. Protect my head.
From
Why am I
what?
a knight? I'm not. Uh, like boulders, hydras, gorillas, little kids, big cyclops, like anything really. Just kind of everything I've fought and everything I expect to fight.
See this like kind of one like obviously older kid that's like annoyed that he's there. He's like only like 7 years old, but like he's still annoyed, and he's like,
Too
so
close
like
for
if
his
I
jam.
like hit
Shit.
you in if I like hit you in the head, you wouldn't like feel it.
Probably not. You
And
could try.
he goes to pick up a book, and he's like about to hold it.
Okay.
Do you do anything?
Here, watch this. I'll show you that I can't. I won't be able to feel that. And then, what's the side of this library made out of? Like,
Oh my god.
material-wise?
Just
Oh
wood.
my god.
Break it.
Just wood planks.
You're too strong.
Okay, I'm just gonna bash my head through the wall of the library as hard as I possibly can.
Roll an athletics check just for fun. See what it's like.
Please
This
roll
could be a
low.
nat
See
one.
what
You never know.
see what number we get.
All right,
Plus 20 fucking something.
that's 22. Plus 22.
Plus 22.
Okay, I rolled a 14. That's a 36.
Your head just through. Honestly, even some of your shoulders are just through. Are through it, and you hear the kids go. Do you just back
I
out?
just pull my head back out and I just go, yeah. So that book probably wouldn't hurt me if I'm just being honest, but you can still try it. I'm just letting you know now that probably wouldn't hurt me.
See the 7-year-old just holding the book, just drops it, and he's just mouth agape, just. Oh, oh. You can keep reading.
Okay. Anyway, now we're gonna talk about the femur. I don't know what that is, but apparently a lot of us have it.
I'll say you do not get interrupted for the rest of the reading time. And I'll say because of your performance check, you're not like you didn't terrify these children, but they are going to remember it for the rest of their lives until there's an error change, obviously.
Okay.
So you are done with reading. I'll say for the rest of y'all, is there anything in specific that you all would want to buy? Dinzen is a non-magical place, but that doesn't mean you can't get quote-unquote healing potions if you wanted to. Kind of out.
Yeah. I'd restock on healing potions for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get like I feel like healing potions are made of like herbs and stuff. So I
Exactly,
feel
it's
like that
not
wouldn't
really
be considered magic. So we can
Exactly.
just
Yeah.
Are they just priced? They're priced normally, right?
Yeah, they're priced normally. I'll say for after the session, just because y'all don't have access
Yeah,
to
we'll
Foundry.
figure it out later.
I'll
We'll
send
retroactively
y'all
buy the shit.
money.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you all get some
We shopped.
supplies. You can get something else if
Get what
you
we
wanted
need, yada
to.
yada.
But I
Pretty
I would
good
also
stuff,
wanna-
I think.
I would want to whatever I can think about this more if you want me to list it out, but I would like ask people like, hey, what do we're going on a trip into the wilderness. I'm not familiar with the jungle. What supplies do we need to stay safe? I assume like Alex would assume like stuff for bugs
Yep.
and something like that, but I don't know what else.
Yeah, give me a nature
We already have a
check.
tent.
You're talking about nature. Give me a nature check.
I know I'm good at that. Let's see.
You know.
You know I'm good at that shit. Alright, well I rolled a 5. That doesn't matter. Because it is a 22.
22 total. I'll say that yes, what you gauge is if you're walking on the road versus walking through uncharted jungle is different, and you all have experienced this before in the wilds. You know that the most annoying thing about going through the wilds are not the big animals, but the small animals and the small plants, especially. There are plants that will just you just kind of brush up against them, and just for the next like 5 minutes, your skin just kind of burns on that side, and you're like, what the fuck did I just brush into? Or just like kind of these smaller bugs, like you're saying, but also just these, like, I'll say at some point one of you, just this little critter just started crawling up your leg, and the whole time their little claws went in through your clothes. So I'll say the kind of the supplies that you can gather that are cheap by y'all standards are kind of these kind of leg and torso kind of poncho types things, like things that you cover up your normal clothes with, so that are very thick and heavy, so that they cannot be penetrated by bugs and annoying plants. So I'll say you're able to pick up on some of those, not have to worry about too much of the plants and the little critters.
I have another question, Stephen. So I
Go
know that
for
in real life, they didn't like sell books in the analogous time period, but this is also Sumia. So would I be able to purchase or acquire? I could get it from the library, but I don't think they would like it that I would take it with me into the jungle. I just want to find something about like an almanac or whatever of flora and fauna native to the Yimba Wilds.
There are plenty of jungle druids here that I think you could, without even having to pay, flex kind of you being a Tilgi druid, and some of your nature knowledge up there. I think you would have
I guess
a
I
very
have clout from there. I'm
yeah,
a big
you
deal
have
up there.
you have a very pleasant conversation with some of the druids here that you are absolutely able to get their resources on the flora and fauna around here. That I think that if you are to run into anything especially strange that you all may need to fight, because everything so far has kind of given you a wide berth, or with some intimidation tactics able to scare it away, I think that that would give you all an advantage. And something that I did forget about, and only through screenshotting things, this is a very retroactive thing, but Felix, you picked up books on weird creatures from Gatch's Lair. So it's been a
Oh my god, that's right.
and you all asked if you all knew anything about Throckdoon, which is the kind of place that Okansa the dragon spirit was telling you all about, or telling you about, Felix, about that's where the spirits of dragons go. And normally, because of that, you should have gotten a bonus. I don't remember what you rolled, so I'm going to say if you want to roll again, this would be a nature check as well, with a +2 bonus to it. We can see if you know what Throckdoon is. This is heavily retroactive, so I apologize for that, but that would have given you a leg up for sure. Those kinds of books.
So I rolled. Don't tell me the answer yet, Steven. I'm asking the class. I rolled a 9 on the die. With all of my bonuses together, I'd be getting a. I can't remember numbers. A +19 to this nature check. Should I use my hero point, or should I just let it ride with a 28?
28
The 9,
seems-
you're nearly just as likely to do worse if you are to do better.
That's true. That's what I was thinking.
I'll leave it.
8 versus 10.
I'll leave it. So yeah, 28.
Okay, 28. I'll say what you get from that, especially because you read the book. It's not a failure in the same sense as just like off the dome. Do you happen to know what this is? You know that it's the name for something. You know it's the name for a place, and you know, which you kind of already gathered. But I'll say what you more so know is it's a name for a place that you've already, like, it's just the draconic name for a place. So it's not exactly a entirely new place. It's another place that you already know about. It's just the draconic name for it. You don't know what that place is.
Okay.
But that is just what the dragons call it. So that's a complete side thing that I just thought of with the fact that you mentioned books about stuff. I forgot about that you'd gotten those books. So you do
it's
have
somewhere.
Yeah, it's
There's
a
other
place.
names for it. Okay,
There's
other names
other
for
names
it.
for it.
Good to know.
Could be the Fey realm.
Could be.
Could be.
That'd be fucked up.
It's related to you.
That it is.
You all, John finishes reading. The kids kind of give claps that seem very respectful of the fact of this man who just smashed his head through a wall to prove that his helmet worked. And you all are finished from your shopping trip, and you all are able to head back to the house. Is there anything that you all would like to talk to Ty about or with each other as you all head to the house with your new supplies in tow?
No, that's the Vita zone. I'll let him take care of that. But you
Speaking
guys,
as little as possible.
If I'm going to assume that Ty is
Mhm.
hold on, let's see if I'm socially aware enough to do this. Okay. I can tell that Ty is uncomfortable, and I'm going to try to talk to him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to like ask him about what he studies, what he does, like, and what he does at the library.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I try to get him. He said he and Vita said he likes languages, and I'm gonna ask
Yes.
him about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a diplomacy check. And I'll say with a -2, just because of your association with
That's fair.
Vita.
Not a good roll.
Good job, you saved that hero point.
Yeah, it's not a 1, so it's without the penalty, it would be a 17. With the penalty, it's a 15. Yeah, 15.
He kind of gives shortish answers. It's not that he ignores you, but he seems to. It seems like he's going through a lot, but in terms of the information that you do give, it seems like it does help the fact that he's talking about something else, right? Like that it seems like you can see for just a few moments, and then he goes right back to kind of how he's feeling before. But for a few brief moments, he's kind of in the rhythm about talking something that he's passionate about. You notice that, yeah, you go.
I feel it's very obvious that Felix has no idea what the fuck he's like talking about. So, or like the questions he's like, wow, that's not in this exact way, but like it is not subtle that he is trying to explicitly distract Ty from what he's feeling. He's not. Long story short, Felix is not that smooth with it.
Yeah. Ty does notice, but he appreciates it, and he kind of talks about how he's got his degree, and a lot of what he studied is in the origins of the Elvish language, and kind of where that came from, and how it has a lot of roots in Fae, but also a lot of roots in kind of these super out there, like ethereal languages. He kind of lists off a few, and you're hearing these words and you have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but like he kind of gets a little too technical with it before he just kind of reels it back in and says that he's been fascinated with the origins of languages, especially the Elvish ones, and how people, especially how era changes have affected languages over the many era changes. And
while they're speaking about languages and he mentions Elvish, I will chime in and ask him if there's been any noticeable divergence between the Elvish spoken in the Watat Empire and the Elvish spoken on the mainland.
I'll say it does pique his interest, and he'll say, with much of the research of various settlements, especially that he kind of gestures over to Vita when he says this. He's like, that Zell was doing with the Pell language and some other languages that are in these ancient settlements. You can tell that when a settlement is much more isolated from the rest of a group, there are kind of these divergences. And so he hasn't personally researched, but he knows that there are words and phrases that are in, people who are from the Wetot Empire that speak Elvish that do not appear anywhere else. And he says that, he predicts that if the Wetot Empire were to continue being very isolationist, it would only take a few more eras where there would be, beyond words and phrases being different, but entire grammar changes and things like that.
That's cool. That's cool as fuck.
Cool as fuck. And as it's cool as fuck, you all make it to Ty's house, and I'll say that Vita, I mean, seeing this place, you've seen it in your memories,
Mm-hmm.
but it is. I'll say it makes you a little sad. Not in the way, like, I don't want to say it's how Vita would feel, but something that you notice, especially because you've seen this place in your memories before. It's a quaint house, maybe like 2 bedroom, like 2 bath, something like, not a very big place, but lots of outdoor space. There's a beautiful lake, which you've had dreams about being on the side of, that kind of overlooks some hills and mountains over it. And what kind of makes you a little sad, or what's just something you notice at least, is that Ty liked to work outside. Ty liked to work on the house and make additions to it or whatever, grow the family. There's a lot of that. It's very busy. You can tell that Ty has spent a lot of time outside of the house building paths and these kind of beautiful little garden, kind of almost sculptures. There's bits of furniture and like these stone benches and these wooden benches, that places you can sit and be shaded, kind of not balconies, I forget what they're called, but like these, like a gazebo type things that are kind of just throughout the yard, just these very small areas, all things in pairs of two, deliberately for 2 people to sit at. And it is seeing it, you remember this was a barren yard with maybe a
Youch.
little bit of a garden. It seems like there's been a lot of work done, and you can just tell, depending on how Vita feels about it, you can tell that from your personal perspective, because you know what it used to look like. Ty has spent a lot of time building up
Yes.
this house to be something more. And you all continue to go through, and as you are approaching the house, you see this beautiful outdoor space, all very obviously hand built. There's a little bit of crudeness, but you can tell that it's very well made. Ty kind of looks to you and says, well, let me make sure I get the name right. Well, the person that I've been seeing, he kind of glances at you, Zell. Their name is Zanny, and they have been living here for,
Zany.
yep, living here since the beginning of the era. They lost their previous partner, due to a tragedy that happened at the beginning of the era, and so we met and have been living together since to keep each other company. And he's kind of like halfway glancing at you every time he says this, Vita.
I'm avoiding eye contact, but clearly intently listening.
They
I'm just
are
kind of awkwardly looking up.
they are quiet. They may be surprised to see you, and he kind of looks at you, Vita, to see you, Zell. I have spoken about you before, and I don't know how they're going to feel about the fact that you have come back, especially since their partner can't. Do you do you want to meet them, or do you want me to just get the notes? What would you all want to do?
We can be civil about this. We can go in. I want to see the place.
That we used to do, Vita, I wish to do. No.
We are the storm hunters. We have taken down many a foe. We can walk inside this house and definitely be fine with it. Please let us
Yep.
in.
Self-affirmations. They
If you guys take
Yeah.
his left and his right, I'll take his behind just for any possible fainting. We have
Yeah.
we have you honor guarded.
Mhm.
Who's
Dylan,
on my behind?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Tap. I'm here. Don't worry. You all begin to walk through kind of this very curated entrance, small little house, and as you're approaching, you see memories of Ty working on this front porch that you all now enter. There's tons of plants around. you can see it, like all you as players. You can see like the kind of person that has just a ton of the curated yard with all the plants and everything, with a whole bunch of different. It's very obviously the life of the Yimba Wilds, but kind of contained into various sections. And you all enter the house, and you see that Ty is in front of you, and you see Ty enters the house and kind of calls, Zanny. Zanny, I am home a little bit early, and you see coming around the corner is this orcish person with very long, kind of this silver almost hair, very pale green skin, and they kind of walk around the corner, and they're wearing these kind of these flowing light purple robes, very obviously just kind of casual attire. And Zanny turns the corner, and their eyes kind of go wide, and they say, "Oh, who are?" And Ty says, "These are." They came by the library, and they kind of gestures over to you, Vita, and Zanny says, their eyes kind of go wide for a moment, and they say, "Oh, is that?" And Ty nods his head and says, "Yes, that is Zell." And Zanny says, "Well," and there's like this awkward, like kind of back and forth where they're both trying to speak a little bit, and they keep cutting each other off. And Zanny kind of approaches, kind of nods to you all, and gets right next to Ty and kind of whispers. You all can hear. It's not like obvious that she's not, or they're not trying to hide it from you. But Zanny says, "I am going to go to my parents." And Ty kind of protests for a moment, and Zanny like looks at you and says, "You all need your time together." And Zanny kind of begins to walk up the stairs that are right there, kind of very evidently.
Hey, no, hold on.
Ty, we're not going to be staying very long.
Zanny turns around, looks to you all.
It's a purple. Is that purple robe you've got on there? It's a nice color.
Oh boy.
Zanny,
They kind of nod to you and they say,
I like
"And
purple.
yours looks very intricate and clean."
It is. And it's matching with Ty's, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, I got a question. This is Alex, not John.
Sure. John's like,
How
"Yo,
is
I got a
Zanny
question."
spelled?
What's up? Zanny,
How is Zanny spelled?
Xani.
Motherfucker went for another Zell, like a dude with an accent.
I was about to say, I was literally about to say, how do you spell your name?
Damn. Zanny, you don't know me, but we're not going to be staying very long, so you don't have to leave on our account. We're here to pick something up and we'll be off.
They kind of look to you all and they say, "You all like anything to drink or to eat?"
I would like some water.
I'm okay.
Water.
Do you have any chores around the house you need help doing?
This fucking guy.
Zanny kind of looks to you and Ty says, "No, we can take care of our own chores. Thank you, John."
Okay.
And you see Zanny kind of goes back down the stairs and gets 3 waters for you all. And it's kind of an awkward moment for Ty's, when you get your waters back, and Ty says, "Let me take you to," and he kind of glances over to you, Vita, says, "your old study." And you all begin to walk upstairs, and you enter this room, and I'll say for you, Vita, no fortitude save, but this place is steeped in memories, not because of, it seems like for whatever reason, what you've picked up on is, you would imagine that this place is the place where, or not the place, but one of the places where you would be struck with memories as you kind of enter or look in, and you're kind of prepping yourself for it. But it seems like, it seems like seeing a person, seeing someone is what triggers these memories back. And that's just kind of a mental note that you have while you're also thinking of the fact that you enter this space and you can see that, kind of half of the room is very obviously been kind of converted into a guest room type situation. You can see that there are decorations of things, but you can see there's various within the room. There is kind of a place where you hang clothes and like a dresser and stuff. And as Ty kind of walks through it, Ty opens up a closet door, and you can see there are just several wooden boxes and crates that are kind of stacked in here. And as Ty kind of pulls them out, these are where all of your notes, your personal notes, were kept when you never came back, and have been stored in this closet for some time. But Ty kind of slowly begins to bring them out. It seems to be only 3 crates worth of stuff, and Ty kind of stands up and walks up to you, Vita, and for the first time really like kind of looks into your eyes. Do you look him back in the eyes?
Yes.
He kind of looks to you,
With
Vita,
purpose.
and he says, I cannot describe how happy I am that you're alive. I always thought that there was a possibility and that you had died, and when I got that note, I really thought someone was trying to trick me, someone's trying to fool me, play an awful trick on me. I always knew deep down that you were alive, and to see you, and you see he kind of puts his hand on your head, side of your face, to see you, he kind of glances at the rest of you, to see you with your new friends, new people that you're with, brings me so much joy. And he goes to kiss you. Do you just briefly, do you recoil at all?
Whoa.
Olive bug, olive bug, olive bug. Lock it,
Let's
lock it,
leave
lock
it up
it.
to a roll.
Whoa.
Kiss
I
him,
don't
god damn it, kiss him!
That is, you are kissing a child.
Cancel Vita.
Okay.
You do look basically
We're gonna do
the
a
same.
Don't
straight
cancel Ty. Vita hasn't aged.
50-50
50-50.
because on one side, sure, it's natural. They've done this many times. On the other side, you might just recoil instinctively, like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
On
going
the other
on?
side, holy
no.
shit.
It's sudden. So we'll go above 10. We'll do it. Well, that's a 10, not above 10. So
Damn.
Ooh.
I think Vita will instinctively recoil and then
Mhm.
sort of look down. God, this
Mhm.
sucks. Elsewhere. And he'll just say, I'm glad you're happy.
See, Ty kind of takes his hand away and kind of glances to the side a little bit and glances back at you. He says, I understand. Take as much time as you need. If you all ever need anything in terms of food or water or questions, please let me know. And Ty kind of moves out of the room, and you all are left with these boxes of sales notes.
Ugh. I just look
I
up.
just kind of pat Vita on the back and go, yeah, that can't be easy.
Just the sudden
Goal oriented. Goal oriented. Remember.
Inside the tap of
Honestly,
Vita. Inside
shove
the
it
tap
down.
of-
Zanny looks really cool, honestly. I'm like, I can't even really be mad about it.
They do seem pretty. They do seem nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think it's a little odd. He ended up with somebody who,
The
you
X
know,
thing is weird, right? Of all
it's
the
a little.
letters.
I've only met 2 people in my entire life whose names start with
Be
X
a-
and it's 2 people.
Entirely.
So
Yeah.
It could be just a really weird coincidence.
Whatever.
We
Sure, it's
we
a
have
good
When I
we
was
have
reason,
a
right?
encountered weirder things.
when I was, I'll just tell you this. When I was a kid, my dad cheated on my mom with a woman named
Oh
Sarah,
God.
and my
I knew
mom's
that.
name is also Sarah. So
Oh
it was very
no.
weird, and I had to beat them all up for that because my dad
Including
only
your
did
mom?
it
Both Sarahs?
because my dad only did it because my mom cheated on him with
Oh.
a man also named after him. So I had to collectively
John.
just kind of
That's
flip them
also
into order.
strange. What? Anyway.
John.
Good on you for
Maybe
beating
they
them all
weren't
up.
cheating on him because
Maybe with those names being the same, it was just an honest mistake.
maybe
John
I think what
accidentally
might have
beats up his parents for finding out they're swingers. Oh my
well,
god.
I was walking past their door and I heard my mom call my dad's name a couple of times, like, well, that can only mean one thing. And then I walked past a different day and my dad was screaming her name, that can only mean one thing. So I was like, well, they're not, they must be cheating. So
Why would they be if they're saying their names?
I just assumed
I
that
don't follow.
there was another Sarah and there was another Mike in the village. So I don't know.
Do they not?
It doesn't matter.
I'm
The
not gonna
point
pursue
is, it
this
was
train of, I'm
odd.
not gonna pursue this line of
And,
thought.
you know,
We're here for
You
a
know what?
purpose.
This made me feel better, John.
I was
'Cause
6,
I honestly am
so
taken aback at this story. What the fuck?
I was 6, all right? How was I supposed to know?
It happens.
Wait, you beat your. Would you a 6? You
Yep.
beat your dad up.
You're so
Yeah.
I
Strongest
shouldn't
baby
even
on the
be
world.
surprised.
scary, John.
I look at the two
Yep,
of you and like
fuck.
shrug as if I feel stupid for being surprised by that.
Mm-hmm.
I beat the whole village up by the time I was 8, then I left.
Great.
Let's just find these papers
That's fine. Yeah.
in the crates.
Yeah.
So I'll say, do you all rush
I
through
hadn't
it, or
even
do you?
joined the cuts yet when I was 8.
What was that?
I said I hadn't even joined the 10 cuts by the time I was 8.
Oh.
It's these things. That'd be kind of fucked up if you were a child.
Slackers.
Different paths. We all have our own path.
Let's look through this paperwork. Shall we divide?
If we're careful and like take our time, is it gonna be one of those situations where we will eventually just find it?
Yeah, that's what I
we're
mean.
looking
If you all want to get somewhere and you're just trying to look high level, then there's going to be a roll associated. But if you all are willing to go through, like, it's not that much stuff. It'll probably take, honestly, the rest of the day to get through.
I'm fine with
like-
that. We're safe.
Like
We're
until
very
like
safe.
6 p.m.
Yeah.
kind of thing. You can just look through
We should do it.
all this info.
Yeah.
We came all the way here.
These are all sorry. The only thing I have to ask, these are all of Vita's old notes, right?
Yes,
that they
these are
had
these,
at the
these are
house.
Yeah.
these are Zell's notes. Yep.
I will pull the two of you who aren't Vita just off to the side real quick and show you. I know Felix already seen it, but I'll show you the symbol I found that in his notes at the university and explain to both of you again that Vita had been, or I should say Zell at the time, had been reading and had started getting obsessed over this symbol, and here's what we have written down about it and described about it. So just keep an eye out for that in this paperwork, or this paper, and try to maybe, if you see it, grab it from Vita if he has it, or don't show it to Vita. Just better safe than sorry on that front. That's all.
Understood.
Makes sense.
Keep an
I
eye
will
out.
say you all are able to go through the notes over the next few hours, probably like, a good 5 or 6 hours. You maybe have some water, food provided to you all by Ty and Zanny. If you all want to converse with them any further, you absolutely can. Any questions? But you all begin to go through all of the information from Zell. A bunch of it is things you kind of already known. It was just like personal notes that were kind of quick hand for when Zell was working at home. But there is a good amount of information about the 3 most likely places that he thinks, or that he thought. Which I'll say again, for you, Vita, it's a very strange thing going through these notes, because your memories of this room are not of you writing these notes, but are memories of you being with Ty in this room. It seems to be very motivated and associated with people. So some of these notes are, hey, I remember writing about this when, I was talking to Ty about it. But then some notes are like, I don't remember writing this at all. So it's a very strange feeling. But the notes that you kind of go through, and as you're reading, you do get the three main most likely areas. We'll just call them kind of location A, B, and C. A is like kind of this cliffside that, it seems like Zell went to where he thought they were beforehand, trying to kind of outline locations that he would want to start an excavation from based off of various accounts that he's had about where the Titan may be buried. I'll say you get three locations. A, he thinks is the most likely. It's kind of at the base of this cliffside. B is kind of in what's now, he kind of sketches it. And honestly, Vita, you're kind of impressed with the good sketching skill. This guy could sketch about kind of nature. You can see that it's kind of this swampish area where it's kind of filled in with water, but it's very obvious that kind of on the side to the left, the land kind of extends up almost into this cliffside. And so as before, kind of what Ty was saying is that it was always going to be near kind of a crater of some sort or kind of a cliffside, kind of some area that is obviously depressed into the ground. You can kind of see the swamp area kind of has this kind of same effect. And it seems like Feed or Zell was very much looking for kind of these areas that are very obviously depressed into the ground by some incredibly massive being, and just trying to dig down from there, starting at that edge. So one is kind of this massive cliffside that he sketched out. One is this swampish area, and then location C is this area that is surprisingly empty in terms of, like, he kind of draws into this clearing. And as you all have been going through the Human Wilds, there's been very few times where there's been a clearing as big as this. And you see that Zell kind of makes a note of this area. He says, like, oh, there's no obvious, like, cliff sides around, so he thinks it's the least likely, but it's incredibly strange, and he should come back and check for it, even if he does find the Titan. So he's like, it could be here just because there's no wildlife here, like, and that's the strangest thing, and the Titan is a very strange entity, but he's much more confident about location A and B in terms of where he should check and begin his excavation. In these notes as well, so you get these three locations. In these notes as well, you see his plan, kind of his notes on why he's going to need a big mining team. Everything in his notes that he's discovered is that the Titan is made out of stone and not an organic material. He's almost certain of this, even though there's obviously been no recollection of it. And so because of that, he is fully focused on getting some team together, because he has no experience, which he openly admits many times, with mining, with excavating down not only to, but into the Titan. He believes in these notes that he has with him that the Titan will be made out of some distinct material, that once he gets to the Titan, he will be able to tell that he is, digging into the Titan at that point. His estimates for the Titan is he thinks that it is anywhere between a mile and 5 miles tall, is kind of his thought process of how big this Titan is. He doesn't know how big it is, but based off of just general descriptions. And so because of that, he thinks with how deeply buried it must be, that his goal is to get to what he believes is the brain cavity. That's what he's trying to get to. He has no idea. He makes it very clear he does not know if there is a brain cavity, but he wants to get to the brain. And because once he gets there, then he can kind of figure out the anatomy of the Titan, which seems very much humanoid in all of the descriptions that he's been able to find based off of accounts from the battle during the end of the Dark Era. So I'll say you get these kind of information about the Titan. You think it's a different stone material. You know he was aiming for the head. Specifically, you think it's 1 mile to 5 miles tall, which is a very large range, obviously, but even the minimum is massive. And because of that, gauge based off of these 3 different locations. What I'll say is, in the final thing that you get from these notes, you now have these kind of 3 locations that you can easily identify, and you kind of have these spots in this area that you determined before, because you're looking at these notes. The final thing that you kind of gauge is his theories on how the Titan was brought down. What he believes, based off of his accounts, is he believes the Titan, and I'll say you all read this information, but for you, John, as you're reading it, you distinctly feel you can almost visualize exactly as it's being described. It's a very strange feeling for you, John, not because it's, maybe it's because of your previous dreams that you've had not only throughout your life, but, as you have, you've seen these visions and almost this imagination of how these various beings have been destroyed over time, and these strange nightmares. You can almost visualize the way that Zell describes this vision of, he believes that this Titan, how it was brought down is, Zell believes that it is not the Titan was destroyed or killed or anything, but once it was done in its journey, the battle had been won, the new era was taken over, which you could have learned this in many different ways, but you learned that it was taken over by Jukum from the previous era of Kosa during that second Dark Era. You learned that once the Titan was done with its battle, it was buried deep within the ground, based off of divine light being sent down, pushing it into the ground, and being enveloped by the earth itself, almost against its own will. It doesn't seem like the Titan, Zell believes the Titan did not want to be sealed away, and yet it was. And this kind of spurs off into various theories, none of them based off of any evidence about why various people have, like Zell kind of outlines it as a thing that was wronged to the Titan. Basically, it is like people have worshipped it, and it's because it's almost like a sentimental figure. Think like a Jesus figure almost. Like the Titan,
Like Iron Giant.
Yeah, the Titan wanted to live and continue, but was forced down and sealed away. And I think that's what kind of you all pick up on why Zell was so fascinated by this, is that this was a living being, not just some mechanizing thing, but has now been sealed away into the earth itself by some divine light from divine beings, which is both frightening, but of course all of these are theories by Zell himself, and you think that the Titan, or he thinks that the Titan was sealed away because the gods were done with it. And he wants to go and see the Titan, not only to discover it, and obviously this is a massive excavation and fascinatingly historical, but also he kind of feels bad for the Titan in some way. This is obviously a being that wanted to continue to live, at least from his perspective and what he's heard about it, and yet was forced down and sealed away by the gods themselves, which he feels a little bit of animosity for.
To no good as usual.
That sucks.
Yeah, so I think he'll wake up for realsies if we do something wrong.
Do something stupid. Yeah.
Ugh,
Maybe on your
Which
side,
might
though.
not be bad.
Yeah.
not
But yeah,
good.
yeah. It seems like it'll be on our side for sure.
Just gotta time it right, otherwise it'll get killed again.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
A
So I
mile
guess
to
our best
5
bet is
miles tall is
yeah,
nuts.
that's fucking insane. I
No.
guess our best bet is to try and talk to it when we're down there. If we can communicate with it without fully restoring it.
maybe
I think that's
break into its brain cavity and destroy its brain that control it like Plankton from SpongeBob.
That too. We could do that too.
Probably plan
Good.
A. No, plan A.
No, we got
Plan
no.
A.
We're gonna go with plan A, and if that doesn't work, we got a plan B. It's easy.
We got a
Yeah.
plan B.
We got a backup. We got a plan B. This is very rarely do we have plan Bs, so this is good.
There's nothing about the Pell societies, or is that these people that believe the
What-
shit about the Titan or not?
What you gauge about the Pell Society is it was kind of just a jumping off point. What he discovered, just to extra clarify this for you all, he discovered the Pell Settlement, which is what got him the award at Denison University. This previously unknown group of people that lived, interestingly, pre-eras, before the gods defined these eras, and there was prime order deities and things like that, where someone actually headed the eras. There was a time before that, which obviously you all know there's a time even before that, but to many that is the beginning of time itself. And this Pell settlement, and he discovered that there was a temple to the symbol, this banishing eye, the symbol of an eye within a triangle, this red eye, and it was pointing exactly to the west, and Zell kind of became fascinated by this fact. So it seems like the Pell settlement is only related in the sense that they worshipped Titans, which is odd because the only way you all know about Titans is they were used and sealed away in the war that ended the Dark Era. So who knows how they knew about Titans or this banishing eye or whatever, but essentially Zell got on to the point of worrying about the Titan, and therefore began to head west looking for various signs of a place that he could excavate, and he found a place that's about 100 miles west of the Pale Settlement that he should begin. And these are where these 3 locations are.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some investigating.
Yeah. Sounds
Let's
like
do it.
they were deity-like beings on their own. So, yeah.
So it's about 5 or 6 p.m. I'd say. You all finish up. You all can absolutely have a meal with Ty and Zanny if you'd like. Yes, yeah. If you
That's got to be an awkward dinner.
wish, yeah, you absolutely can. Or you all can head. It's only about a 30-minute walk back to Denison, and the sun
think
is
it would
setting
be
soon,
kinda
but you all could go back.
Awkward for us to do that, but I think it's really up to Vita in my mind. If Vita wants to stay and have dinner with him, I will.
Let's just have one dinner. We can do it.
What's one dinner? What's one
What's
dinner?
one dinner?
Zanny honestly
Well, if
seems
you're
kinda
inviting.
cool.
I also do feel like I want to. This is something I did want to ask, so I'll ask in character.
Mhm.
Are we going to keep everything we know about Alkasan to ourselves? It's a tricky subject, and I think it's probably safe to keep it to ourselves. But I do know that he's very interested in language, and he knows some people at the university who knew Alkasan. So it might be worth bringing up our Rosetta. Well, I should say Rosetta Stone character. Our
Translation.
work on our translation efforts we've made.
Mhm.
I'm of the opinion that I pull out the medallion. No one we know or love has one of these. So we're safe. No one else is. We should not tell them.
I kind of
Yeah.
take out my
I like that.
my medallion. I fiddle with it, trying to push it between my fingers, and then nearly drop it when one of my fingers isn't there to keep it moving. And I hold onto it tightly. Yeah, probably.
Still a
I put
curiosity
it close to my chest.
for you all of how it was able to defend against a first order deity.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll have a somewhat normal dinner then where we will not bring up our grand goal.
Yeah.
We'll
We're
make
just
something up
interested in
if they
shit.
ask. Yeah.
I'm just looking. I guess. Nah, never mind. Yeah, we're just investigating strange shit that happens. It could be dangerous. Which is not a lie.
No.
I am curious how much research into Alkasan and previous eras, or time before the eras, because he said that they've gotten into, and how they've managed that without getting in trouble
Yeah,
with
because
the
he just
gods.
knew
But
this shit off the rip. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I can ask him. Is it
Uh,
common?
it's probably fine that we don't. If
Okay.
we do, though, I would just be like, yeah, I would frame it like that, though, Dylan. I think that's the best way to frame it. It's just like, hey, we heard you bring that up. Is that like a common research topic here? Anything more specific might
I think
be
that's all I
risky.
would say. Just like at the school.
I think if you think it's good, go for it.
Yeah. I think we can ask that. It can come up at dinner. We can mention the corner what fucking random thing briefly. Or is it just a him thing? Really?
I think we
Anything
just
else?
talked. I think it can be brought up at the table. Oh, I don't. I think it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said. Should it be an only
No,
him
we
thing?
can.
Mhm.
I'm saying like, is he the only person that knows for some like niche interest, or is there like, yeah, do people talk about this at school, and is it like a
Oh yeah, I got
common
it. Yeah, definitely. I agree. I
common
think it's good to
thing?
ask.
You all have a lovely dinner. I'll say that you learn through some conversation that Zanny stays at home, basically, takes care of the house, and essentially just lives here, doesn't pay any rent, but they keep each other company. They like to go and sit by the lake together as things that they've kind of mentioned offhand. But what you ask kind of offhandedly about, or just I keep wanting to say haphazardly. That's not the word I'm looking for. Just as if it's nothing. You ask kind of about Alkation, and Ty kind of says, "Well, yeah, there's some people that into that very specifically at the university. I mean, there's within the horse historical department, there are people that specifically look at languages. Of course, the professor that I did it under has since passed away, but there are others there, and I'm sure you could ask more specifically about it. But I mean, it's a language that is probably one of the oldest languages. It seems to be common, the common language for when the deities created everything. It seems like it's what was spoken by most people, and some of the oldest texts that we have at the university kind of have it. We don't have enough really to translate it per se. Uh, we can kind of get bits and pieces there, but not anything fully. Just because he kind of puts his hands up. I don't know if there's some like magical way to do it, but I'm not really into that. But I will say, looking at these, it seems to have died out far before the eras ever started. And that's kind of all he knows about it, I'll say.
Yep. That sucks. Only we knew more.
Only we had a large corpus of text to help translate it.
One day.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Maybe
man.
we'll find something out there.
So have you ever heard of
Probably not,
cran
though.
bread? kidding.
Uh,
Kidding.
Roll,
Take it easy. Take it easy.
roll credits.
Roll credits. You
So
all.
this is epic.
This is epic. You all finish up your dinner. Do you all head out to Denton? Say your goodbyes. Is there anything specifically
I'm
that
not
you
sleeping here.
want to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you
No.
want to specifically say to Ty and Zane?
Out of an abundance of caution and curiosity, at some point later, I'm going to ask about that professor that they said that he studied under that died. Just trying to suss out if he died under normal circumstances or not.
Oh yes,
Or preternatural.
yes. You do learn of Professor Panny. Was their name?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some weird
Zanny
naming
and Tammy.
conventions.
Yeah.
They got some weird naming conventions down here in the
I fucking love
wilds.
Sumia.
It is so funny that that was just the next
was meant
name
for
on my
Ronald.
list. That was just the list of my names, and it works out that
Oh,
Zanny
man.
and Panny are basically the same. But anyway, it is Professor Panny, and they died of old age. Is what you pick up on. Doesn't seem to be anything nefarious within that.
They were 21 years old.
They were
When they died of
14.
old age.
Yeah, I was worried about
They
to say
died
like,
of old age.
we found them exploded into a billion pieces on the.
And we don't know what happened. They just melted
That's
into
96
pink
and
goo.
penny
Yeah,
years.
pink
They
goo.
had written on the
Hmm.
on the paper. I think I know the solution. It's secret to everything. The gods are actually
is-
and they're exploded. into
Is
blood.
it? Boom.
The secret is
It.
Dead.
But
Professor Panny.
I'll say for you, Vita, is there anything specifically you want to say to Ty and or Zanny as you all are leaving?
It's just a feeling that this is like the last. We're probably not gonna see Ty again, right? After this whole fucking.
That depends on if you come back.
Not unless you want to, Vita.
That's
show.
either if as a group or you, Vita, want to come back. That is up to you.
We've got all the info we need from
Maybe
Ty,
a
right?
conversation. Maybe a conversation we might have a bit later on before we leave. But when Ty's not there, I will say to Vita, my honest advice to you is, if you think you're not going to speak to him again, I think you should make sure to give him a heartfelt goodbye.
Okay, I'll sit by the Ty. I'll say Ty a word.
He gets up
I'll summon
wordlessly
him.
and comes over to the side with you.
Zanny can't hear us, right?
No one can hear you. It's
They
just
don't
the
have
two of you.
they don't have abilities. I guess don't that shit.
You have you got
I
no
can
idea.
hear you.
I can hear you.
Is that serious, by the way? Did something really bad happen with magic? Like, is it casual that we can't use it, or is it like a attack or something? Just whatever. We'll worry about it later. But yeah, I think we're gonna be heading out. Storm hunters have things to do.
See, he's kind
You
of wryly smiling, and he says,
Kind of fidgeting.
"Well, I'm glad that you're doing big things. I know you always wanted to do big things back when."
You know, Ty, I honestly, I'm just gonna interrupt him. Just, I think I really hate myself, Ty. I've been thinking that today. You know, I, 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 since I've been Vita, I just been with this group, which I'm sure you love them, right? You've met them. These three. There was another, but rest his soul, he's no longer with us. And
Raises his eyebrows a little bit.
Yeah, and we don't feel that bad about it, so I can joke. I've just never really known why I'm doing this, because it's like, I feel like it's just kind of happened to be in the right cabin at the right time. But, remembering all this, I realize how selfish I was for leaving you two, and I'm sorry about that. I remember having these feelings that I was going to go do something great and discover this whole new thing. It'll be the best thing in my whole life, but I didn't really appreciate what I had, and then I got banished for thousands of days. And the worst part is I got to forget all of it, so I didn't even really feel that bad until now. But you guys had to sit here and feel loss. And yeah, I feel bad about that. So I'm sorry for that. But also, there's no one doing it either. So I'm alive at least, and I'm different. I can't stay, but I am alive at least. I hope that helps some. But I think what we're doing as a group is really important, and I think it'll make things right in some way. So if you can trust me on that one, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense, I think staying with these guys will be a good thing for me. Hopefully I can make it up to the world.
You can see there's a little bit of tears in his eyes as he kind of smiles a little bit, and then or grins a little bit, and then he goes for a big hug, and kind of holds you really tight for a moment, and then kind of undoes the hug, but is still kind of holding on to you a little bit. And he looks at you and he says, "If there's one thing I know about you, memories or not, is that you were always destined to do great things. I'm glad that you found people. I'm glad you aren't alone. I'm glad you," kind of glances over to where the rest of the group is, like through a wall or something. Says, "Glad you've found a new family. It does help tremendously to know that you're still alive. And you shouldn't hate yourself, Vita. You," he kind of pauses as he looks at you, and you can see he's just analyzing your face. "You're the greatest person I've ever met. And I know that even if you don't remember me, you don't remember our life together, or you don't want to return to it, you'll continue to be that person." And he just kind of puts his hand on your face for just a moment, as you see as he's just like looking at you. Then he kind of pats the side of your head and he says, "You all should head out. You have great things to do."
Yes, I agree. I didn't know how to say any of that. I spent the whole time we were up there thinking about what to say, and it kind of reached this point, and I don't have anything else prepared. So we will be heading out. And Zanny is pretty cool. I can't even lie.
You see, he just
They
kind
all
of
think so
nods.
too.
Zanny is cool. And he kind of leads you
All
back
right, I'm
to
gonna leave.
the room. And you
Okay, that's
all
enough. That's enough.
are able to leave Ty and Zanny's humble abode, previously Zell's humble abode, but Vita now leaves. And you all, do you go back to Dinsen to,
I would
are
say before
you
we go
all
anywhere, I'm
heading
just
back?
going to ask.
Yeah, go
'Cause
for it.
I maybe the other players didn't. I don't want to speak for them, but I would have left. I did not want to witness. I did not want to intrude on that.
Mm-hmm.
So when Vita comes back, I would just ask him, "Did it go well?"
Yep, I think it went well.
Good. Good.
That's all I'll say.
Shall we turn in for the night, or do we have to get anything else done before we leave? Dinsen.
You all
That's
could leave
it.
from here
We
if
know
you
where we're
wanted.
going.
It's
Yeah,
already
we,
nighttime,
I'm
right?
good.
It's late in the evening.
Yeah, and the sun is going
We
to
can
be
go to
setting
sleep.
very soon. So you could sleep in Dinsen, but
We-
you could continue on your way.
I am for going a little bit towards our destination, and then once the sun goes down, we make camp.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm good with that.
Fine by me.
Sounds good.
Go
And
ahead,
I'll
fucking
I'll
crater.
say you all make a little bit of a trek. I'll say no roll necessary. There's kind of
Did you have any
roads
spare
that kind of
chocolate,
lead.
Vita? I don't think I've had any.
You have too much
Uh,
what?
chocolate. Chocolate.
He gave us 200 bars of chocolate.
Oh, can I have one?
Yes,
Is it milk chocolate or dark chocolate, Steven?
This
it's
is
Yimbin.
this
It's
is
Sumia chocolate.
it is yeah.
Who
If
watched the
it weren't,
Townsend's video? Who watched the Townsend's video?
I did watch it. I did watch
Mhm.
it. I'll say that it
Mhm.
is really, really dark chocolate. It's very dense chocolate. It is the most chocolatey chocolate ever. It is not milk chocolate.
Tastes like
It's not
home,
tastes
right?
like home. Exactly. Right?
Well, not to me, but I can imagine
Oh
that
yeah,
it could taste like home.
hmm But I will
yeah, it
say
does to me.
it is very dark chocolate, but it's good chocolate. It is very obviously homemade and not processed.
I'd hope so.
Uh, you all are head just a little bit towards the north. Is there anything more you all want to discuss before you make camp for the night?
I don't have anything.
Nope.
I in real life need to use the bathroom.
Before
I also, this is not. This is just so I. What time are we ending? Just so I have my expectations in order.
we will be ending quite soon, but we can
Okay.
go longer if people want. But I want to respect your time, so I'll say we'll end in the next 10 minutes.
Okay. This is not a. Can we get this over with? I like knowing things. So
Yep,
The guy who knows things.
the guy who knows things.
the guy who's
We
knowledgeable.
can retroactively say that I had a much more chill goodbye with Howard. I assume was there the whole fucking time, just chilling.
He probably was at the library at some point. I don't know, but yes, you
We're
have a
look.
chill
We're
goodbye.
we're like looking through
Yeah, like he's up there
the
with
notes
us.
upstairs. No, we're looking through the notes upstairs, and Howard's just downstairs in like the living room with Ty, and Howard's
Yeah.
like, "It's fucking crazy, right?
Yep. Got his feet up.
Nuts.
Shit's nuts. Shit's
Shit's
nuts."
nuts. Hey,
I just
they
gave
did
him
a
a
fucking crazy amount of stuff.
solid brother hug, and
Mhm.
just be like, we'll come back and get some more chocolate when these bars run out, and that's when he gives me 50 more bars to make it 200.
Exactly. He's making
I'll give you
sure
more, so
you're
please stay
stuck.
away.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's-
say, what does that mean? But he just likes the chocolate, I think.
Just it's what he's had for most of his life. So he's absolutely vibing.
Chillest guy around.
Chillest guy around. We will be ending soon, but how we are going to end is you all begin to make camp. You make it probably about an hour away, good distance away. No nature check necessary. It's there's kind of these paths that lead, but eventually, if you're trying to head northwest, which of course you all are, towards these spots, you all eventually get off of these kind of road paths that have obviously been taken by other people, and you're kind of trudging through the Imba wilds as you have before, once again seeing just various creatures as it becomes nighttime. And you get to the point where you begin to set up. I'm going to presume you all get into kind of that first tier of canopy that you all have set up before. Just want to make that assumption. And
If we, well,
yeah,
I trust Felix's judgment.
can
on
I
this
make
situation.
a can I make a roll? Would it be?
Yes.
I don't remember if I already did this last time, so you can stop me if I have. Would it be safer if we were in the tent on the ground, or if we were not in the tent on the first canopy?
you have been in the tent on the first canopy, and that's
Oh,
generally the
okay.
safest, just because it's very
Then
thick.
we'll do that.
Like you can
Okay.
absolutely you can
Big ass
walk
fantasy
around.
forest leaves.
Yeah, exactly. You can
Okay,
walk in
okay.
the first canopy, and that's generally where the ground is. There's a lot of fauna that kind of sucks. or flora that sucks there, and therefore lots of fauna that sucks within it. So the canopy is a lot more reserved. But you all are able to kind of make camp in the second canopy as you all have done before. Felix, you begin setting up the tent. You all are looking back at the long day that you've had, looking through the notes and everything. And John, out of the corner of your eye, you see on a perch, maybe about a good 30 feet away on the second canopy, kind of in the second layer of this tree cover in the dark as the sun begins to set. You see a very gaunt, skeletal, skin pulled against itself, large hawk-looking creature. A bird creature you've seen before when the last time that you lost your poor frog companion. Chop. You
This fucking
see
bird.
a bird, and you glance over at it, and then out of the corner of your eyes, you're looking at that bird. You see a good 40 feet away in the canopy to your left. You see just ever so slight movement where you see another one of these birds. You all are setting up for camp as this all begins. And you see this, John.
Yep. I ain't got nothing for you. I don't have anything for you. What do you want? And I just look at the birds.
The birds.
And I look down at the ground to see if anything's coming.
You give me a perception check,
Right.
and I'll say, as the rest of you, Felix, give me a nature check, I'll say.
I was just about to ask. Jesus, these fucking
What do you want me to
balls.
make? Perception?
Just perception, as you're kind of looking down.
23.
23.
Uh, 18.
Gotcha. For you, Felix, kind of look at these birds, and these birds are very large. They're as big as, vultures almost. But they, as I said, kind of these just black eyes almost. They look lifeless. I mean, they look, extremely gaunt, and the skin is stretched tight against their skeletal figures. But something you notice, it's something odd, and it's something you're not entirely sure about. But as you begin looking, you can kind of see in the periphery as you're kind of looking around, and all of you as you start to kind of look at these birds, you can see that another one appears behind you all, kind of like 30 feet away, kind of in the branches above. You can see another one a good 20 feet away, kind of at a different side. It seems like there's 4 or 5 around you, kind of looking and just waiting, almost incredibly still. But you notice, Felix, that their claws are holding on to the branch beneath them. That's for sure. But you've seen birds before. You've seen quite a few birds before. It doesn't look like their legs are supporting their weight. It looks like their legs and claws are just holding on to a branch. But their upper body kind of moves almost just ever so slightly in the wind, as if they're not actually holding on to it. And I will say,
hanging.
It's almost as if they are attached to the limbs, but not really. And I will say that Dylan, if you can, roll a d4 for me, if you've got one.
What the fuck is
I
happening?
got one. I got one right here.
And I'll say before you roll it,
Okay, I haven't rolled it.
Felix 1. Alphabetically, John 2, Turlon 3, and Vita 4.
Okay, rolling. 2.
2. That
John.
is
God,
John.
these birds and John.
The birds hate
These
John.
fuckers.
John, you're looking
that
down.
helmet?
And unfortunately, your roll was not high enough. You're looking down the leaves because you remember the last time you hear these hawks appeared and you kind of stared them down, trying to goad at them like, I got nothing for you, I got nothing for you. And you, for just a moment, remember what happened to Chop. And as you're holding out your arms, ready to, like you're kind of goading these creatures.
Bearing up, yeah.
John, I'd like you to make a reflex saving throw.
Okay.
Good, not good.
This one bird really hates you.
Reflex. Yeah, they're really fucking me, huh? 24.
Not bad.
24. I'll say that you see, you are going at these creatures, you're kind of looking down, trying to be aware of your surroundings, but as you're looking to the right, the rest of you see this red, tendrily, almost appears to be, looks like if you just took just a 1-foot log of red spaghetti, suddenly shoots out of the canopy beneath you all and grabs onto the arm for you, John, and begins to pull you down. And you are able to stay above the canopy, but you are currently being held by something, and that is where we're going to end the session.
Okay.
Next session
They're plants.
with
They're
an
plants.
initiation
Oh.
of combat.
The birds are
Fucking
plants.
They're like those angler fish with the, it's like the trick.
Yeah.
Okay, so these
Damn.
stupid guys,
Fuck!
these stupid guys are gonna get fucked next session.
Fuck us.
To be honest.
We're gonna beat the shit out
I'm
of
gonna
this
rip
thing.
that thing.
We're doing it for
straight out
Chop!
of the
For
ground.
Chop!
For
Get
Chop!
that fucking bird out of my face. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Okay.